Hello to my friends and subscribers. I am on tonight to do a brief intro on what I'm going to start trying to do for you guys, as well as some of the other stuff I do on a normal, regular basis. Basically, like the spirit box and stuff is pretty regular, or I try to keep it regular. But this actually entails a very big problem that we have in today's world, and that is drug addiction and recovery. Um, I will say this: I'm a recovered addict of 10 years. Um, I was addicted to many drugs, and I beat it, and I will stay beating it for the rest of my life. For 23 years of my life, I had lost due to using drugs, and I do want to say this: I think it helps people that are addicted to have a good source of support. um, it's sometimes best to have support that are not users because our friends would not encourage us as addicts to use if they were true friends. Um, and we need to know that there's always help. I don't want anybody out there that's an addict to think that there's not help or hope because there is. You have to be willing to quit for yourself and want to quit for yourself before you're going to go any further. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to smoke a cigarette on camera, so I'm going to lean over for a minute. Anyways, I want to say this again. Uh, it took me a very long time to admit to myself that I wanted to quit drugs. I mean, I would say it, and if you're one of those people who says, this will be one of my last times, I might just do it on weekends, or this will be my last time after one more time. Those kind of things, they mean that you're not ready to quit. And it wasn't easy, although I did not use a rehab. I really basically did it by myself. It took me looking in the mirror one morning and seeing a skeleton looking back. It took me realizing that I lost a lot of time with my mother, who is now sick with heart failure and has had cancer twice. My grandparents, who are 90 years old now, my other grandparents, who are now gone and deceased now. Therefore, knowing that 23 years of my life was wasted, and I'm going to say this though on a better note, I wouldn't say wasted in a way. I'm glad I did it for a long time because now, as a growing adult, and I'm older, I want to say older, not old, but I am old. But I want to say that I wish it would have only been for a year of experimentation and just being done. Unfortunately, it didn't work that way. Unfortunately, too, we don't have control over the fact that when we say, okay, we're just going to try it this once, that's normally an addict's line as well. Um, I have been studying drugs since I've been off them for the 10 years. I've been wanting to be a support counselor or substance abuse counselor, but unfortunately, because I didn't finish school, I can't do it. But I have helped many people get clean. I've helped many people. I've had them reach out to me and speak to me about my story because my story is quite interesting. And I've got the saying as well as the book, like the book isn't over. I'm going to come back bigger than ever. I mean, I know it's been 10 years that I've been off of drugs, but I want to come back bigger than ever by helping the people that do struggle with addiction. I know that around the, sorry guys, cigarette already went out. Around the holidays is one of the hardest times for an addict or an alcoholic, especially if they've lost somebody over the time. Grief draws a lot of people to use, and mine was I was numbing myself from a situation that happened to me all my life. I was molested, and so I wanted to numb myself. I didn't want to feel any feelings, and for 23 years, honestly, people, I didn't. Honestly, it was one of those things that you could have shot, my best friend next to me, and I probably would have said okay and walked off because it was I wasn't me. I'm an empath medium, and I think when I was doing drugs, it it didn't heighten my senses, but I thought like it did. It gives you false perception. I had been up for 33 days when I overdosed my very last time, uh, and I'll tell you, I see so many people nowadays on drugs, and it scares the hell out of me because these people are going to be the people nowadays. They're going to be our next generation, and the next generation coming up is so different than my generation. The love lost that we have now is horrible, and the hatred that people are breeding is horrible. Um, drugs are the big cause of a lot of it. Drugs normally are the cause of murder, are the cause of um, thief, thieving, break-ins, just violence. Period. And it doesn't have to be like that. I mean, I know a lot of you out there are saying, "Oh, it's so easy for her to say," or she don't know, or whatever. But I do know people. Let me show you something that I was one of the people, just like you guys probably. Anybody that's an addict has said this probably, and that is, it won't happen to me. Now, let me show you guys when I said that 23 years later, what I am suffering from. That foot, I don't know if you can tell, it's clawed because now I have what's called idiopathic drop foot neuropathy. I shattered my femur into a million pieces, but that was because of the idiopathic drop foot and neuropathy, and they said it was caused by the use of hard drugs. There was also another time that I had this like reaction to the meth I was using, and it broke me out horribly all over. And they were testing me for STDs and this and that because I blistered up everywhere. And lo and behold, it was the meth that was doing it. Because people, you don't know what you're getting nowadays. I mean, even back in my day when the stuff was clean, it was not good for you. I don't believe medicinal marijuana is a drug. I have no problem, telling people, hey, if, the pain is bad or whatever, okay, that's one thing. I'm not going to encourage a young child to use that stuff, but I myself, you know, would smoke it for pain. Um, but as far as the more harder substances, I, I I just see so much of it being done, and then you hear this new stuff that people are cutting it with the what's that fentanyl, and oh my god, I mean. We have to carry drugs around now to bring us out of a drug stupor and a drug coma, basically. And that's scary crap, you guys. I mean, why mess your life up bad enough that you may never have children? You may end up in jail. You may even not better, but even worse off. You may end up dead. And I know that a lot of us as parents or family members need support for the drug addicts and the alcoholics, and I want to offer that to you because being in my shoes that I was in and being a drug addict, I feel like I can help many. I can tell you signs to look for. I mean, I've argued with a lot of my friends saying, so and so's high, I can tell. And no, 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 not. I'm telling you, they don't do drugs. And then later to come to find out, yes, they were high. And, I don't like to. Sorry, guys, hold on. My pregnant dog is trying to get under my covers. I don't like to point fingers or nothing like that because, I'm not always right. But after, sorry, Bandit, after 23 years again, you learn how to pinpoint out things that people who don't use drugs wouldn't even notice. But I still can pinpoint it out with no problem. And, it's just a horrible way to try to numb your feelings. If you are trying to do so, get help from a counselor, write down free writing in a journal. It's so much easier, so much cheaper, and it's so much safer. We don't need the fighting and the violence and all that causes corruption in the world, in your brain, and that's not something we need. Again, I know it sounds so much easier said than done, but 23 years, people, and I walked away from it the last time. It was like, that's it. I looked in the mirror that morning, I remember, and I looked at myself and said, "Who is that?" And it wasn't worth it. When I realized 23 years of my life I threw away, and it's sad. But I do want to just give the intro a little bit of. I mean, I've started quite a bit opening up some, but in time there will be a lot more. And if you write like a comment or something, like maybe you want to speak to me about, getting some support, some help, or whatever. I'm not exactly sure how to run this YouTube studio and what the live video is all about, but I will say this: I will look the best I can to find out how to help you. Oh, wait, am I getting messages? I don't know what that show. Okay, you guys, I don't know. Hey, who? Hey, how are you? I guess these are live, but I didn't even know that. You're so close to what? I'm sorry I don't get dirty on camera. I don't. Uh, yeah, no thanks. You know what? That's not what I'm preaching about. And guess what? I don't even like guys if you're a guy. So, well, yeah, I guess you are because you say 9 inches for y'all little booty. No thanks. That's an exit, not an entrance, and I'm not interested. I'm a lesbian for your info. All I'm saying is for the people who are really taking this serious for more of what I'm saying and talking about, I'm going to ignore this little 4 inch. Oh, excuse me. Did I say 4 inch? I meant 9 inch. Um, but probably is 4 inches. But you know, uh, I just want to be here for support for y'all that need it, and the inappropriate messages. Really, you guys. For those of you that are pulling that, not interested. I'm interested in helping people and not get off, but helping people get better. Um, so I just wanted to give a little bit of an intro, and as you can tell, some people have nothing better to do within but to write dirty crap on my page. But anyways, well, I'm gonna hop off, and I look forward to coming back on for you guys and sharing more on the drug recovery and addiction sessions. I've got spirit box sessions that will be taking place again soon. I apologize. The holidays kind of keep me busy, and just a lot's been going on. But I can assure you that I will be back after the holidays stronger than ever. But I want you all to think about this. You know, less addiction and more love, and the world might get somewhere, because it's in our blood that we're all killing each other. We're killing our own people, and the world ain't never going to make it. I mean, if you have children and you're older and you're, you know, watching this or whatever, do you want your children to die? Because, I mean, the way that we're, bringing the kids up nowadays, I've heard so many parents say, I did a line with my kid. I'm the one that first put the needle in their arm and bragging about that. And to me, that's just sick. I mean, if my mom put a needle in my arm, I would smack it out of my arm, stick it in her ass, and then tell her, yeah, no. If you love your child, people, you will not get your child high. You won't do drugs with them. You won't drink with them until they're maybe of age, and you'll keep them safe. I mean, putting shit up their nose or stuff down their throat is not love for your child. That's trying to be somebody that really you shouldn't be, because they need support now better than anything. They need the support, they need the love, and parents nowadays are feeling like they got to be cool. And let me tell you something, until they're 18, we don't need to be cool. We need to be their friend. I mean, we don't need to be their friends. We need to be parents first, then their friends. And then when they turn 18, that's they're on their own. So it's best just to do it that way. But I want to thank you for joining me. And I'm going to hop off now. And I'll probably try to do a spirit session maybe tomorrow night. It's going to depend. I've got a family Christmas tomorrow. So we'll play it by ear. But I want to say much love to you all. God bless you all. And please, please think before you use. I mean, really, because it may be your last time. So much love, y'all. Have a good night.